Red via YouTube asked, in 2018 the GTI used the 6-speed DSG, and in 2019 they switched to the 7-speed DSG. My question is, I'm looking at buying a GTI and I wanted to get one with a warranty as I'm a little intimidated by DSG horror stories. I wanted to get the 6-speed DSG because it has been used for many years in the GTI and now has been proven to be decent reliability. But with the 7-speed being new to the GTI, I'm more hesitant to buy one. What can you tell me about the reliability of the new 7-speeds? Does one feel better or worse at daily driving and in heavy traffic areas such as Atlanta? I'm willing to buy a used 18 with low mileage if you think the 6-speed is a better choice.
7-speed DSGs in the MQB cars have really only been in that iteration since the Golf R S3 cars in, I think, the facelift one, so 2018. I don't feel like we have a good enough track record with them to say definitively the reliability of one versus the other. I do expect the 7-speed to overall feel better, but again, my concern is you're asking about reliability, and I think the logic of, hey, the 6-speed's been around for a long time in that same version, it's very similar to the earlier DSGs, which means you have basically Mark 5, 6, 7, as far as a track record of reliability. They're fairly reliable. They don't have, there's some mech issues on occasion, but as a general rule, they're pretty solid and reliable as long as you're not beating the death out of them. Later, super high mileage ones might end up with some clutch issues at some point, but it probably depends on A, how you drive it, and then B, luck of the draw, as well as maintenance in a combination of things with that. So I would agree that at this time, it's a safer bet to say that 6-speed is more reliable, just based on the fact that the 7-speed doesn't have a long enough track record for me to definitively say one way or the other whether it's an issue. I know some of the earlier ones that I think were in the hybrids had some issues that I knew some dealers I know had dealt with. I don't know how similar that 7-speed is to this later one. It probably has a lot of similarities, but also they probably resolved some of those issues that were with them. But again, also it's important to make sure you maintain your DSG properly. So some people, I think, have premature failures, and it's oftentimes because they aren't maintaining a transmission in the way they are supposed to be. 40,000 miles for pretty much all of those models. 7-speeds, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I think it still remains at 40,000, but maintaining them is super important. So if you're failing to do that, or anybody does fail to do that, that's going to compromise reliability. To me, in this exact iteration, the track record just isn't there for me to definitively say which one is going to be more reliable, but the logic of 6-speed being conceptually more reliable just based on track record is pretty solid.